Hop là, chers amis. Heureux. On se retrouve. On se retrouve. Donc. Voilà qui est fait. Merci. Excellent. Bon, donc on va profiter également pour récupérer ici tout le reste. Ouais. Bon, Madame Fou. Allons-y. Donc on va se rendre dans le royaume de l'abysse écailleux. Le plus rapidement possible. Avec la mer. Ouais.
That imposter had the audacity to carry out her nefarious plans right under our noses. How utterly despicable. What worries me more is just how many more antimatter saboteurs are at large.
Propos de Tingyun.
It all happened so suddenly. But looking back, I think Mr. Yang was right. Tingyun was behaving strangely. She was fascinated with the Abundance's creations. Since she was an Amicastor dispatched by the Skyfaring Commission, it's evident that there must indeed be a person with her name in the commission. We'll have to let the Cloud Knights get to the bottom of what happened to the real Tingyun.
Ouais. Pauvre Tingyun.
As for the Tingyun who accompanied us all that way, it's like what Mr. Yang said. Her appearance was designed to sow seeds of doubt among us. We cannot allow ourselves to fall into her trap.
Propos du royaume de l'abysse écailleux.
It is a delve governed by the Vidyadhara. Supposedly an ancient oceanic region transferred from the Vidyadhara home planet. After the Ambrosial Arbor was broken in two during the war, its roots were left gnarled and broken. Yet it never died. The Alliance decided to seal the arbor within Scale Gorge Waterscape, entrust it to the High Elders of the Vidyadhara, and rely on the power of Long Scions to constrain it. It has been so long. No one knows whether the seal remains. Even if it does, I doubt it will hinder that spectral Lord Ravager.
Oui, Jingwan.
I've reported the current situation to the Seat of Divine Foresight. He made no further contact after we communicated at the Matrix of Prescience. He said he had important matters to personally attend to. The situation stands on the edge of a precipice. We must trust in the General.
Temps presse, allons-y. Ah là là, le général. Quelques instants plus tôt. Bah vous, bonjour. La commission d'alchimie.
Huh? You're pretty familiar with this place. Yep, it's the Alchemy Commission. No wonder we were getting those military broadcasts on the way over. Something about the Cloud Knights gathering here, right? They're probably coming to fix the Stellaron problem. It's been such a long journey, but now we're finally gonna meet some Cloud Knights. I'll be back with my unit. I didn't lie to you, right? I told you I'd bring you somewhere safe, and I did. Though, we did take a bit of a detour.
Before I arrived in Starskiff Haven, I had a diviner read my fortune for the journey ahead. He told me not to be concerned with the destination, but to seize my chances and travel with the current to reap the greatest harvest.
Meaning?
Meaning, thank you, Miss Sushang.
Moi, le divinateur avait l'oracle avait raison.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go report to the nearest captain. You guys can hang around here, but don't run off too far. There'll be Cloud Knights coming to escort you back soon. Bye for now.
Tu vois des nuages nous inviter à venir avec eux. Les poteries de ton pays natal sont vraiment gigantesques. Le creuset de l'élixir d'or. Qu'est-ce que vous faites là-bas? Check de l'envoi du message. Ah.
The messages never get sent. I wonder what's happening with those three. The Cloud Knights seem to be gathering for the Stellaron disaster. But why did Kafka want us to come here? What happened to them? And what happened to Blade? I've delayed for too long. I need more information.
Ah. La personne dans le marché pour voir ce qui s'est passé.
The Master was defeated? No. No, that cannot be.
Ah, lui, il est un peu là. Non, maître. Ah.
I heard the Starskiff connections are being reinstated. The people stranded at the Alchemy Commission should all be able to leave soon.
What's up?
Ouais,
Go where? The Lafu is under lockdown. The Cloud Knights operation isn't over yet. Relax. When the fight is over, I'll personally escort you and Mr. Locha home.
officier.
You haven't been back home for a long time, have you, Master Danheng?
Comment tu sais?
As home draws nearer, so our feelings grow stronger. I can see it in your eyes. Do you want to leave? Then do it now. The Cloud Knights will soon check our identities. I have somewhere else to be. I've tarried here too long.
Where are you going?
I'm a traveling merchant. I have one more deal to see through.
Good news from the front lines. The disciples over at Eve Mist Mansion have been defeated.
Voilà, bon, on peut pas lui parler.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus started a rebellion in the Alchemy Commission. The Cloud Knights have the area locked down. It's not safe. Please, remain here for now. We will send someone to escort you back once the operation is over.
Disciple du Sanctus Medicus.
Lunatics, all of them. You saw the Ambrosial Arbor, I assume? I heard that's the work of those sorcerers. Still, I can't say too much. Military secrecy.
The Arbor's resurrection is connected to the Disciples' Rebellion. I've heard those names before, but when? How did the others get drawn into all this?
Est-ce que vous avez vu des habitants de l'extérieur? Avec l'équipement March 7 et l'équipage du capitaine.
You must be talking about the General's guests. Are they your friends? Oh, what a coincidence. They left with the Master Diviner not long ago. And it's all thanks to their courageous work that the Knights don't have to worry about the poison in Eve Mist Mansion. I received the good news from the front lines. They'll probably be back soon.
Merci, c'est tout ce que je voulais savoir.
Strange. You seem oddly familiar to me. Never mind. Too many misfortunes recently. I can hardly think straight.
Those travelers defeated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Won't that make us seem incompetent? I need to find a way to make this report sound more impressive.
Aïe aïe. C'est pas bien de mentir dans les rapports.
I'm sorry, I have to catch up to my friends. Thank you for looking out for me on this journey. Both of you. I need to be careful. If I alert the knights, they might take an interest in me.
Bah, il y a Henshin là-bas en tout cas. Hein.
What a huge cauldron.
This aureate cauldron is driven by the cloud-hymn magic of our people, the Vidyadhara. It drinks the water of the ancient sea like a whale swallows the tide and refines it into medicinal pellets.
Allez.
All the elixir crucibles that the Vidyadhara helped to construct contain cloud hymn magic. You should take this chance to learn more, young master.
Uh-huh. But I don't need any sort of device to help me command water. What more is there to learn?
You are indeed the chosen one, with endless potential. Yet, cloud hymn magic is just the beginning.
Of Vidyadhara Mirajako? Have these shadows of the past yet to disperse? These memories... No. They have nothing to do with me anymore.
Huh.
They say that you're Allon's power incarnate. Is that true?
Long. I was exiled from the Xianzhou. I'm no longer one of the Scions of Permanence.
I doubt I will be here to see you take charge. No need to feel aggrieved. Vidyadhara go through cycles of life and death, existing forever in this world. By the time you are the High Elder, my hatching rebirth will be complete, and I will be a child once again. Please...
Surging power. It's you. You've returned, High Elder. Something terrible is happening in Steel Gorge Waterscape. Please, don't go any further. Your enemies are waiting for you.
I'm sorry. I cannot linger here. My friends have left. I must find them.
You didn't heed us then, and won't heed us now. As headstrong as you always were. It seems you already made your decision. There is a vessel bound for Steel Gorge Waterscape, located ahead.
He's here.
Tiens.
Right on time.
That feeling, Kafka. It's welling up within me. That feeling... It's...
Well, don't resist. Let the Mara strike you.
You're here. It's time to pay the price! It's time! You think changing form will help you escape?
escape.
I've told you and that woman many times. I am Dan Heng. I've nothing to do with your past.
Dan Heng. You think another name and face can blot out the sin of your past? You didn't even experience death. I will force this suffering upon you, Dan Heng. You will know the pain of death.
Not on my watch. You're not murdering anyone today, fugitive. You're coming with me.
Jing Yuan's lapdog. Did the general not teach you to choose your battles wisely?
Hey, move back. Things are about to... Huh? You look so familiar.
Look out!
Quit hiding. Your true self revealed.
Stop! You...
I have news for you, boy. Behind you is none other than the traitor of the Xianzhou. A criminal forever banished. The High Elder of the Vidyadhara. Imbibitor Lunae. You really thought the Stellaron hunters were the only ones to infiltrate the Xianzhou?
In that case, I'll bring both of you to justice!
Ooh.
I've heard of you, Imbibitor Lunae. First it was the Stellaron hunters, now an exiled criminal has infiltrated the Xianzhou. Come get me.
Ah, on est avec Blade.
I have no interest in stoking conflict. I came to ensure the safety of my friends.
Save your excuses for the shackling prison.
Out of the way! Do not be afraid.
Better, but I'm afraid you won't be seeing your friends. They're caught in their own bitter struggle.
Silence! You're not getting away either!
Is that so? Let's heat things up then. Kafka?
Lady, listen to me. Unleash the Mara.
So it begins.
Grace.
Surrender!
I sense a storm.
Too little. Fail. Defend you. What's wrong? Afraid to hurt the boy?
You're all in on it!
I wonder if the others are okay. Gotta make this quick.
Ah, il est vulnérable maintenant.
Just give up. I only have one choice.
So familiar. Did she teach you? Now you deserve no mercy. My blade!
Can't delay any longer. I didn't wish to harm anyone, but there's no other way. Forgive me.
Ah.
Forgive me.
I failed.
Ah, il est vaincu.
This isn't over.
All of you listen to me. Stop. Well, Blady, are you satisfied?
What did you do?
I'm just clearing the stage for the grand entrance. Can't have you three misbehaving in front of the Lawfu's hotshot general.
Qingyuan.
General!
Many years have passed since the two of you departed the Xianzhou, and yet the circumstances of your return appear to be equally unhappy. If you still thought of me as a friend, you should have forewarned me.
My task is complete.
That it is. Thank you for assisting the Xianzhou in this small matter. Take this person away. I will pretend I didn't see anything this time.
General,
Now is not the time. It has been a long time, old friend.
I'm not him.
I'm sorry. You cannot leave yet. Your Astral Express friends are waiting for you in Scale Gorge Waterscape. Shall we go and see them together?
Ah. On va les rejoindre. Lui, il va les rejoindre.
Luminescent depths, a realm of singular beauty. Scale Gorge Waterscape is the same as when I last laid eyes on it. And here we stand so different from one another. The flesh of long-lived species may be immortal, but the constant of heaven and earth eludes them.
You know the Vidyadhara hatching rebirth cycle, General. The waters of the ancient sea have cleansed Danfeng of his past sin. The person that once stood here alongside you is no more. I am Danheng. Whether Danfeng was hero or villain has nothing to do with me. I bore his punishment, accepted my eternal banishment without complaint. But do Do not let his shadow cloud your estimation of me, General.
Raising old nets only darkens the water, an exercise in unhappiness. Perhaps it is your visage, the horns on your head, or the unmistakable air of the High Elder that makes the separation nigh impossible for me.
I already told you,
You did, but to what effect? If words alone were enough to change the heart, this world would be without quarrel. If you wish to rid me of the illusion of Don Feng, you must do something for me. Before I can let Don Feng die and revoke your banishment edict, I need him to do me one final favor. I can guarantee you that when it is done, you will no longer walk in anyone's shadow aboard the Luofu.
I may not be capable of the things that Don Feng was capable of.
You must do it, or my promise will count for naught. If you wish to blame someone, blame your previous incarnation. Had he not committed that terrible sin, had the power of dragon transmutation been passed on intact, I would have no need to compel you. It is as I said. Here we stand so different from one another. Don Feng is no more. Now, there is only Don Heng. But I am the general of the Luofu. There are things that I wish I did not have to do, and yet I must. Let us talk of happier tidings. The friends you made on the Express are here. Do you wish to see them?
You brought them here?
Yes. They are waiting in the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. Go. Your friends are waiting for you.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a là?
I have been keeping careful watch against the abominations of abundance, the Stellaron hunters, and the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. But I never anticipated the Antimatter Legion. The hunt is far from over, yet all the while we find ourselves at war with other evil spirits. From this battle onward, the Alliance must fight the Legion to our dying breath, even if it means the end of the Luofu.
Ok, donc c'est bien les restes d'équipement de la Légion.
Our intelligence tells us that the Legion are a mad and destructive war machine. Yet they never took up arms against the Alliance. The armies of the Seven Ravagers all have their own means of destruction. They are not to be taken lightly. Lord Ravager Fantalia favors internal collapse, which is why she masterminded the Stellaron crisis and urged the disciples of Sanctus Medicus out of the shadows. Now that her plot has been laid bare, she has no choice but to retreat. And yet that hardly suits her philosophy of destruction. There must be something more.
Her hatching rebirth is complete. She left me all alone. Still, I wait for the day of my rebirth. Endless waiting. As recorded in the ancient texts, this body of water was brought by my people from our homeworld. It formed part of the roiling deep. It is as pure here as it was there. Our dragon ancestors nurtured us with the water of life, and bestowed us with the permanence of the Vidyadhara.
Do you know something? When Don Fong committed his great crime, the Ten Lords Commission advocated strongly for him to be destroyed. The Videodora, on the other hand, were split evenly in their favor and disfavor of the motion. The dragon transmutation inheritance was not intact after all. The senior Videodora hated you, yet did not dare to kill you. The Videodora were under great pressure. In order to placate the Ten Lords and Skyfaring Commissions, they performed an exuviation charm on Don Fong against his will. Still, they ensured that the charm contained a flaw, thinking that this would fool the Ten Lords Commission. The senior Videodora were sure of their scheme, but you cannot hide fire with paper. Look, your friends are taking the fight to the Legion as we speak.
We need to help them. Let's go!
Ouh. Ah, et c'est la voyageuse destruction.
Let's go.
Bon, je pense qu'ils sont morts. Hein. Vu les adversaires, c'était facile. Ah. Ok.
Celestial dragon. Break!
This is our chance.
Follow my charge.
Ouh.
Conflict is pitiless.
I told ya I could fight.
C'était juste marche à la fin. Oh, il est dead.
Search. Cloud-bearing dragon. Rise!
Let's make it quick.
Take this!
There's no time to lose.
Here is thunder!
You have the worst luck running into me. Watch this!
Bye. Oula!
Heaven search. Celestial dragon. Break!
This is our chance.
My turn.
Ça devrait pas être compliqué de se débarrasser d'eux.
Heaven search.
Après tout ça, c'est plus ou moins scripté.
Xingyuan, where have you been?
Forgive my late arrival, Lady Fu. We are indebted to you and your forces. The seats of divine foresight relate the battle reports to me. As for Fantilia's plan...
The Ambrosial Arbor. That's her focus. Lord Ravager Fantilia's strategy was to create civil strife, then let it consume the Xianzhou from within. She wanted to use the Arbor to disseminate the power of the Plague's author, and turn the Luofu into a hell of undying abominations.
That is clear to me now. Friends of the Astral Express, I have brought someone with me whom I think you'll be eager to see.
Huh? Is that Don Hung? You are Don Hung, right? What's with the horns?
It's a long story, March. It's me.
So, you do have secret strength.
Let us save such reminiscence for later, shall we? My astral guests. When you first appeared on the Lafu, your stated aim was the resolution of the Stellaron crisis. I was concerned that the Stellaron hunters harbored ulterior motives and refused your offer. I see now that I was overly anxious. Nevertheless, it is true that the motives of the Stellaron hunters were not what they appeared. In order that the Express and the Xianzhou fight side by side, Kafka lured you here and broadened the scope of the crisis. In doing so, she succeeded in making it clear that your sincerity is beyond doubt. The Lafu is in your debt, and I have no right to seek further assistance from you. However, as Lady Fu has explained, the appearance of Phantilia means that the situation is far from under our control. As General of the Lafu, it would be foolish of me not to ask Don Hung and the rest of you for your strength at this critical moment.
Even if the crisis on the Lafu had nothing to do with the Stellaron, I would be willing to help. But I can't speak for the other members of my crew. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. As the crew of the Express, that's the Trailblaze creed we follow. Still, when the journey gets tough, those words can feel far off. Fear, risk, enemies, and death are the obstacles we face in pursuit of the creed. That's why the nameless who are able to stay the course number few indeed. Whether our destination lies before us or behind us, the decision is ours to make. Here, as on the Express, every vote counts.
Don Hung?
Tendre la main. Allez, vas-y. Vas-y, mon gros.
Thank you, Don Hung.
How am I still one of the nameless? I stand here at the mercy of others without true freedom to speak. But as a descendant of the Vidyadhara, I will fulfill my duty to the Lafu.
Great! Everyone's just as heroic as when they arrived. So, what's the master plan, General?
There is no master plan, only a bet. A bet on the senior Vidyadhara's incomplete exuviation charm. And on Dong Hong's ability to access the memories of the High Elder.
High Elder?
When the Rainbow Arbiter severed the Ambrosial Arbor, remnants of the curse of the Plague's author lingered. In order to make the stemming of those remnants a possibility, the Lafu invoked the power of the Scions of Permanence. Under the direction of the High Elder, the Vidyadhara guided the waters of the ancient sea to flood the Scale Gorge waterscape delve and contain the Arbor. To commemorate this magnificent feat and sacrifice, the Alliance erected the Dragon Vista Rain Monument, a Vidyadhara statue.
Oh, it looks so much like Don Hung. I wonder if... statue. Is that Don Hung's brother?
I see why you might think so. These events occurred a long time ago. Yet successive generations of High Elders have not differed greatly in their appearance. That is, until the current generation. The most recent successor did not inherit the same level of power, and their appearance is that of a child. Do you understand, Don Hong? Since Dong Feng perished, the Luofu Vidyadhara have no longer had an individual capable of performing such feats. But you, who once kept watch over the arbor, should be able to open a way through to that great tree. What happens next is in your hands.
Vous pouvez la voir. Pas les autres tout.
You scared the heck out of me. For a second I thought you'd annoyed the general. It seemed like you were his prisoner. There I was, thinking up a plan to kidnap you. And it turns out the two of you are old buddies. So, what made you suddenly decide to come down from the express?
M'inquiétez pour vous.
Aww, how sweet. But Mr. Yang and I have been holding our own. We're pretty much Xianzhou heroes at this point. Anyway, it's great to have you with us, Don Hung.
Bon. Fou!
Imbibitor Lunay's reincarnation. Dong Hong, correct? I've heard your name before.
Pourquoi les noms des bannis seraient-ils enregistrés?
Your name was only erased from the public eye. But as the Master Diviner, I know, and should know, all the records of years gone by. Such archives are of great importance in times of need. I was not born in the heroic and extraordinary era of the High Cloud Quintet. To have seen those legends with my own eyes.
Poursuivez.
Your appearance closely matches the depiction in the annals. Does Vidyadhara reincarnation really entail a complete transformation? A new life?
Couche-toi. Elle vous regarde, vous restez silencieux tous les deux. Dis quelque chose que tu voudrais demander? Elle secoue la tête, elle refuse de parler. Personne ne peut la pousser à se confier. Mr. Yang!
I knew you'd come. When we first mentioned the Xianzhou, there was a sad look in your eyes. They may have banished you, but the Luofu is still your home.
Merci pour toute l'aide que vous m'avez apportée.
You're a member of the Express crew, Don Hung. Let's settle this matter as soon as possible. Our journey doesn't end here.
Has coming here triggered your memory? Release your full potential. The power you carry is the key to opening a way through to the ambrosial arbor.
Bon. On rappelle que il y a beaucoup de protections invisibles à l'œil nu. Maintenant, en volant directement avec un oiseau, vous ne pouvez pas l'atteindre. La statue du grand ancien a subi l'érosion implacable des années. Il y a quelques mots gravés à sa base. Écoutez ces mots. Alors que l'arbre reprend vie et que l'ennemi approche, nous invoquons les eaux puissantes de la mer antique pour inonder les demeures des cieux et étouffer les racines du mal. Nous gravons ces mots dans la pierre comme avertissement à tous. Essayez de sentir la puissance de cet endroit. Les vagues incessantes, les racines antiques lentement endormies reprennent vie, comme si un monstre émergeait soudainement de sa tanière. Les mécanismes de protection mis en place par les dirigeants passés, les liens qui ont dompté la puissance des bêtes, sont un filet fragile qui va bientôt se déchirer. Il finira par tomber et cet avertissement sera entendu par tous. Souvenirs du passé ressurgissent de l'obscurité puis vous oppressent. Il a divisé les flots. Arrivée des limbibiteurs lunaires. Arrivée des faux poissons.
The annals mention that Scale Gorge waterscape was once the location of Dragon Palace. Small wonder. Look at all these submerged structures.
I was fortunate enough to be here during the Shuhu upheaval period. I witnessed this place in its prime. An age passed. The palace was left in ruins, and the Vidyadhara used their sacred homeland to imprison the Arbor. The Luofu and the Xianzhou are greatly indebted to them. Lady Fu.
Here, General.
Remain here. Lead the Cloud Knights in defense of this passage. We must prevent further incidents.
Jingyuan. General, are you planning to face Dantilia alone?
I wouldn't say so. I'll be counting on a few friends for support.
General, don't cast us aside. We're willing to go with you.
Yes, General. We may not be the mightiest force, but it's our duty as Cloud Knights to protect the Xianzhou. How can we let Outworlders face the danger while we stay behind the lines? With your permission, sir, allow me to lead the way.
I understand your sentiments, soldiers. But the adversary ahead of us is not an abomination of abundance. They are a Lord Ravager of the Antimatter Legion. Crossing this line will bring you into the conflict between the Rainbow Arbiter and the Ruin Author. You have a more important duty. Cloud Knights, attention! After I enter the Ambrosial Arbor, and if the seawater returns to its original state, you must withdraw immediately and seal off the delve once more. The Master Diviner will lead you.
Yes, General!
Lady Fu, if I am unable to return, I entrust you with the important task of relaying the full account to the other Xianzhou ships.
I trust you will be here to reissue the order in person. But whatever the outcome, I will do as you command and honor the mission.
Spoken like a true general.
J'ai obtenu 5 tous médicus d'Arani.
These steps are so far apart. I gotta find a way down.
Bon.
Use Scale Gorge waterscape to seal the arbor. Treason! Blasphemy! You've lost your senses. You think this will gain the trust of the Xianzhou natives. Those who are not of our kind can never be of our mind.
I understand your misgivings, but my decision is made. That is the course we must take.
Very well. In that case, I will report you to the preceptors and have you stripped of the name and power of the High Elder.
This must be the first High Elder that accepted the mission to quell the Ambrosial Arbor. According to tradition, from then on, successive High Elders were obliged to return to the Dragon Vista Rain Hall. They would guide the tides of the ancient sea to guard and strengthen the Arbor's seal.
Do you remember now?
Yes. Reverence to the Three Talons, the path to the Great Roots. It's the way to the root depths.
Is that some kind of riddle? Reverence to the Three Talons. What the heck does that mean?
Don't worry about it. Just follow me.
Oh, what a huge palace. Completely abandoned. That must have been difficult for them. Imagine how upset you'd be if you had to abandon me.
Use scale cord waterscape to
Ouais, non, ça on a vu, ok. En avant. Une ravageuse nous attend. Flambeau de révélation. Ce mot rituel et c'est pas évite rien. Il contient les pouvoirs d'emprisonnement de ce peuple. Les aliments dans un certain ordre, les sorts correspondent au royaume de l'abysse et Caius se dissiperont.
This is one of the places mentioned in the riddle. One of the Three Talons. If we can break the seal here, we'll be a step closer to the roots of the arbor.
Those seals you mentioned, do you mean these weird-looking stone lanterns?
That's right. From what I recall, we have to touch these stone lanterns in a particular sequence to unlock the seals in this area.
In that case then, I'll leave it to you.
I'll do my best.
Ah. Ok, je vois. Là, il y a deux quarts qui sont allumés. Qui sont visibles. Là, il y en a 3. Il faut regarder le motif au sol.
The depth of Fentilia's infiltration, along with her meticulous planning, makes her extremely difficult to guard against. The Cloud Knights will carry out an investigation, but for now, our most pressing matter is to put a stop to Fentilia's scheme.
Ah.
Miss March, I would advise you to refrain from interfering with the Videodora.
Huh? The Videodora? You mean these pearls will turn into people?
When the life of a Videodora is over, they return to the ancient sea and form a shell, before emerging anew. This is the hatching rebirth cycle.
Whoa.
Ah, 9. Non, 10 même. Il y avait un méchant au milieu.
So, how many of my moves can you block? Blade in flight!
It's too late to repent.
I'm on guard. To the finish. Not as bad.
On va peut-être remplacer Danheng par Chingtray.
Savor the vigor of it. Time for some sword play. Strike with heart.
It's too late to repent.
Lance at the ready. Ha!
Now time. So, how many of my moves can you blade in flight?
It's too late to repent.
I'm on guard.
Hop là, lui il est dead.
Savor the vigor. Time for some sword play. Strike with heart.
Hop. Voilà. On aurait pu passer par là aussi. Ok. Ok, j'ai vu qu'il n'y avait pas la faiblesse. J'ai essayé d'esquiver, mais non. Alors, évidemment, ils mettent maintenant un gars qui est vulnérable au vent, quoi.
Fights are like gambling. You have to choose when to strike. Stay calm. Ugh, this hand sucks. Gotcha. That's a set. I'm okay. Nap time.
Time for some sword play. Strike with heart.
Hop là.
Don't need this style. Time for a shot. You're in bad shape.
A one-time enemy. Blade in flight.
Lance at the ready.
Better late than never. Wait for the tiles.
Hop là, bon désolé les gars, hein, je commande pas trop, mais... Pas d'arriver à se rapprocher de la fin.
So, how many of my moves can you block? Strike with heart.
I'm on guard. Pressure.
Fights are like gambling.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Bon, on a l'encre.
This seal was already on the verge of breaking before the ambrosial arbor's resurrection.
There are abominations up ahead. Careful, everyone.
De l'ammunition. Vent, cryo. Ok, vent, cryo. Bon bah on rechange. Hein.
A strong adversary. Help me improve.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict. The time is now.
To the finish. Time for a shot. You're in bad shape.
Time for some sword play.
Naughty children, don't listen. Nap time.
This can't be.
Non.
Not a scratch.
Et on est obligé de recommencer. Ah ok, il était là le... Ah mince, j'ai cru qu'il était là en haut. Bon.
A strong adversary. Help me improve.
Ouais. Ah. Ok, donc en fait il fait juste des dégâts à la personne sauvée.
The time is now. The truth of life and death, revealed in this century, is but a vision.
To the finish. It's a blaze.
Faut qu'on se débarrasse du loup avant qu'il n'invoque donc son double. Pourrait nous être utile.
You're in bad shape.
Ah, fail.
Practice is over. Swords
Bon, moi, il a pas beaucoup de vie.
Okay, so how many of my moves can you block? Blade in flight!
Ah, vas-y, surveille-lui.
Naughty children, don't listen. Nap time.
Time for some sword play! Strike with heart!
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Ouh. Ah, il est épuisé de surveiller.
Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Don't worry about me.
Savor the vigor of it.
So, how many of my moves can you block? Blade in flight!
It's too late to repent.
Lance at the ready. Lance ablaze. Flaming
Allez.
lance. Forward!
The truth of life and death, revealed this century, is but a vision.
Right! Strike with heart!
Nap time.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Faut qu'on fasse gaffe.
I'm on guard.
Time for some sword play. Blade in flight!
Ouais. Maintenant, surveille Natacha.
The medicine.
Nice teamwork. To the finish.
The time is now.
Vas-y.
Time for a shot. All better now?
I'm on guard.
Ouh, petite
One
rupture.
time practice is over. Swords
Allez.
descend! Strike with heart!
Ouf. Ok, il a tout fait.
You're in bad shape.
Lance at the ready. Ha!
So, how many of my moves can you block? Blade in flight!
Step aside.
Ok, commence à
I have
surveiller.
no interest in stoking conflict.
Time for some sword play! Strike with heart!
I'm on guard.
Allez.
I can breathe easy again.
Clemency? Never heard of it.
Pour le singe, ça devrait être fait facilement. Il est quasiment au bout.
Blade in flight!
The truth of life and death, revealed in this sanctuary, is but a vision.
Hop là.
Did you notice the flagstone the creature was stepping on? I wonder if it has any connection to the seal.
Ah. Dalle de révélation. Ah. Ok, je vois, je vois. Et bim.
Okay, let's head to the third seal.
Un troisième saut. Le saut et au fond.
That traitor is already dead. Who are you? What do you want with the High Elder?
What do I want? I want to see her. See how she's faring. I want to see her.
A mysterious intruder. But that voice is so familiar.
Hmm. Ah non. Si, on peut passer.
So, how many of my moves can you block? Strike with heart.
Un limier de l'abondance. Tiens, tiens, tiens.
Lance at the ready. To the finish.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
Blade in flight.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking conflict.
Naughty children, don't favor the victim.
Allez. Bim.
A one-time enemy. Strike with heart.
It's too late to repent.
Oh non. J'ai le hockey. Putain, il est vénère en plus. Au moins vous l'entendez pas, c'est déjà ça.
Time for some sword play. Blade in flight.
The time is now.
I'm on guard. To the finish. So, how many am I?
Past victories don't guarantee future ones.
On passe.
The last of the three talons is here.
Bon. Voyons voir. Touché. Merde.
What seems to be the problem, Frank?
Est-ce
As
que
the day is almost gone, return alone to water's song. Beneath the waves in silver shell, await new life that time will tell. The worldly limit of the Vidyadhara is reached after 7 centuries. They return to the ancient sea and form a shell, awaiting the next hatching rebirth.
This mural is pretty interesting. It looks like time hasn't had any effect on it.
This mural must be related to the others here. It tells the story of the Vidyadhara self-reincarnation, from hatching rebirth in the ancient sea, to the return to that same sea as the cycle begins again.
Hey, do you think this could be related to the seals?
Perhaps.
Perhaps? Fair enough. It's tough racking your brains all the time. I'm struggling to keep track.
Beneath the lunar glow adored, Vidyadhara eggs begin to form, and from the ancient sea rebirth, to walk again on solid earth. This mural describes the Vidyadhara hatching rebirth in the luminescent depths.
finesse.
Our reincarnation's greatest cost, the wisdom of a past life lost. Yet through the teachings of our kind, unto the young again consigned. The mural depicts the Vidyadhara being guided by their elder, wiser kin after their rebirth.
Donc j'ai la deuxième.
Our people sing the hymn of clouds, and dance to water's cherished sounds. And high above the dragon flies, to each is destined different skies. This mural portrays the Vidyadhara young. They acquire knowledge and depart for different places on the Xianzhou, thereby dedicating themselves to serving the Alliance.
Et le troisième. Et là c'est la fin de la vie. Le chemin est ouvert.
The reverence to the 3 talents is complete. Now, we must head for the roots of the arbor.
Ouais.
The roots of the arbor are still growing.
It's Ventilia. We must hurry.
No, Master. Must we really forsake Scalgorge Waterscape?
Can you forgive me, Yuan?
I cannot say, young Master. I feel resentment in my heart. But there are also feelings I cannot put into words. The senior Vidyadhara say that the Xianzhou offered us this place, that we hail from another world. Is it time to repay them?
It is time to repay them.
Bon. Je pense qu'il va y avoir le combat final. On va faire une dernière coupure. Avant quoi. Je sais pas encore ce qu'on va faire. Là, déjà, ça va être 5 heures. Putain, je vais repasser une nuit blanche là-dessus. C'est la même. Bon. À tout de suite.